reed and gave him to drink. One of them takes off. Who is that in here? One of them takes off and gives him something to drink. So gives him vinegar, puts it on a reed, gives him something to drink. Verse 49. The rest said, one person go, let me get something for him to drink, although it was vinegar that he gave him to drink. The rest of them says in verse 49, let it be. Let us see whether Elijah will come to save him. Ooh, y'all see this? Ooh, y'all see this now? It says, let us see if Elijah gonna come save him. He's so bad. He calling on Elijah. Let's see if Elijah gonna come save him. Verse 50. Jesus, when he had cried again with a loud voice, gave up the ghost, which means he died. Verse 51. They picking at him now. Verse 51. And behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two, from the top to the bottom. And the earth did quake, and the rocks tore. And the graves were open, and many body of the saints which slept arose. They didn't have to sleep no more. The mission was accomplished. Verse 53, and came out of the grave after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. Notice now, when these bodies came out of this grave, it says they went into the holy city. So I need to stop there for a second and just give you this sidebar right here. Whenever we come out of the graves of death, whenever we come out of our sinful nature, whenever we come out of what we used to be, what we used to do, it sends us into a holy city. And it says right here, they went into the holy city and appeared unto many. So what you got to notice is somebody going to see you. Your change going to be represented, or it's supposed to be, where it says, and appeared unto many. But when they see me now, I ain't supposed to look like I used to. When they see me, something's supposed to be different about me. Okay. Verse 54. Matthew 27:54. Now when the centurion and they that were with him, watching Jesus, saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, truly this, I need y'all to see that next word. That three-letter word that starts with a W. That three-letter word that starts with a W. This is what they said. They said, truly this was. Was meaning past tense. Truly this was the Son of God. I told y'all the Lord wants me to speak to us today from this subject right here. When we realize it's too late. When we realize it's too late. I need to talk to you today about taking for granted the things of God. Oh, Holy Spirit, don't slap me too hard today. Now I feel you. I need to talk to you about not paying attention to the things of God when the Lord is speaking. When things are right in your face and you still choose to not see it. Or you still choose to do what you want to do. This was in his face. This was in his face. Let me read it again. Verse 54. Now when the centurion and they that were with him watching Jesus, they sat there, they watched this, they saw it. Every bit of it. They saw the whole account. It says they saw the earthquake. Look what had to happen. An earthquake had to happen, so it represented a consequence. Lord have mercy, y'all. Don't make me walk out on y'all today. An earthquake had to take place. Why do you have to have all those consequences before you just quit? Why? Why do you have to have all them consequences before you just stop? Why won't you just stop? Why can't we just quit? Why do there have to be all those consequences? See, consequences come from wrong actions. So the consequence of the earthquake came from the murdering of this innocent man. Oh my God. So when they saw the earthquake and those things which were done, they feared greatly then, saying, truly this was the Son of God. But what had happened, they'd already killed him. So they didn't see it until after they'd already killed him. Oh my God. They didn't get it until after they had already done the damage. God help me, please. It took an earthquake. They couldn't just receive the fact that this is the man of God. They couldn't just honor the fact that, well, we saw him heal. We witnessed him heal people. They could not go by the fact that his life was different, that he did not live according to the way that they lived. They would not take that. That wasn't acceptable to them. No. They didn't want that. It took an earthquake having to come. It took rocks having to be torn. It took all these things, these horrible things to have to happen in order for them. Killing the man is what it took. It took that in order for them to be able to now see, look, this was an innocent man. This man really was the Son of God. We done killed an innocent man. So let me say this to you. Let me ask you the question, as I ask myself too. How many of us have literally killed innocent people? You didn't know whether there was a guilt or not, but because of the inability to control the mouth or whatever, literally killed innocent people. Literally. But I have to realize later that this was done in error. Because I need y'all to understand this. That killing brought a consequence. So no matter what decisions we make, if they are of error, they're going to bring a consequence. You can bet your bottom dollar they're going to bring a consequence. You can bet that. See, while Jesus was there on the cross, they were witnessing all of this. Every bit of it. There was one fellow that when Jesus began to cry out, began to scream out, he runs and goes and gets some vinegar and gives him some vinegar to drink. Bitter gall, as one text calls it. Gives him that to drink. But then there were the other ones that were right there and of no intent of trying to protect him, or no intent of trying to support him. But they were there with the intents of, this man deserves this death. This man is on him, it's his fault. He deserves this. So there was no intent of changing anything about him. But as soon as a earthquake comes, rocks is torn, wind blowing crazy. Now it's, this man really was the Son of God. So what do you do when it's too late? What do you do when it's too late? When you realize, dang, I shouldn't have said that. Dang, I shouldn't have went over there. Dang, I shouldn't have drunk that. Dang, I shouldn't have smoked that. Dang, shouldn't have let him come. I shouldn't have been nowhere with him by myself. What do? When you realize it's too late? It's generally after a consequence. Something has gotten torn up. Something has become damaged. I need y'all to hear me this morning. I ain't going to be before you long. But I need y'all to hear the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is really trying to help us at Trim. He really, really is trying to help us at Trim. And I appreciate him. I do. I sincerely appreciate him. Because he's really trying to help us to keep us from being so naive concerning things. And to keep us from having to be snared by the deception of the enemy. Some things the enemy don't have to deceive us in, though, because there are some natures about us that are just not right. There are some things about us ourselves that we have not made subject to the Holy Spirit, and that's what's kicking our butt. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. These people that were with Jesus, they saw this man in action. They were able to witness this man do all types of things. So you can't say that the devil, like we always want to blame, you can't say that the devil got in these people and caused these people to do this. I'll show you why. The devil is based off lies. He ain't ever based off truth. He's the father of lies. That's what he knows. So he ain't ever based off of truth. He's based off lies. And because he's based off of lies, he don't like to have no association with truth. So these people saw him in action, which represented truth. They saw truth working, and they could have made a decision to support this truth and to walk with this truth, to live according to this truth, but they chose not to. So that lets me know that it didn't have, you going to do this, Delphine? Yes, I am. It lets me know that it had nothing to do with the enemy, but everything to do with their nasty nature. You don't want to admit you got a nasty nature, do you? Every one of us do. You don't want to admit that you can be nasty, do you? That don't sound good on a Sunday morning, do it? That don't sound good when you sitting in, in the midst of a service and wanting to be holy. It don't sound good, do it? For the preacher to say, you got a nasty nature, do it? That don't sound good. Every one of us do. If the Holy Spirit don't bring that thing under control, if the Holy Spirit don't bring that thing and make that thing subject, every one of us has a nasty nature about us. Every one of us can do some trifling stuff. Not tell the truth about it. Every one of us. So some of the stuff that you calling the devil, it ain't the devil, people. It's not the devil. It's them nasty ways that needs to change. It's that nasty nature, that unsurrendered nature that's on the inside. It's that freak in you that you don't want to let go. It's that nastiness that you don't want to let go. It's that stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with the devil. It don't. It don't. It's got something to do with your persona, which is the root word of personality. Personality, the major word in personality is person. You take nality, which comes out of nations, which means that there are many different people in this one nation. So which one is it? That's why when they pinned on the money and they said one nation under God, because what they were saying is we are deciding